All right, hey, Flooring Pros, it's Gary Levinson here. And as we are signing people up for sales training, I keep coming across the same question from people, especially the smaller flooring dealers, got one or really none salespeople. They don't have a lot of leads coming in, and they want to know when's the right time to hire a new salesperson. Now, that is a great question, interesting topic. So let's do a quick video about this. If I can get my slideshow to work. Okay, so I do a lot of videos telling you how to do things, how to run the business, suggesting, look, these are suggestions. If that's not the way that you want to do it, that's fine, but it's to give you some idea of how you should do things, how you could do things. I'm teaching you how we've done things at Carpets of Arizona. My son continues to do them that way. He's changed things up a little bit, but it's to give you a good starting point. So whatever it is that you learn from me, take it and improve it and make it better. You can copy exactly what I do word for word, or change it to fit your business styles more. So there's a lot of suggestions on the YouTube channel. Take it for what it's worth, learn what you can, change and improve, okay? So in this video, yeah, you can pay a different rate, you can hire differently, you can train them differently, you can do everything different, copy what you like, adjust the areas that you don't. All right, the common questions that are asked when you're deciding to hire, if now is the right time. One most popular question, do I have enough leads? Should I pay a salary or commission? That's a great question. How much should I budget for a new hire? You know, how much money you want to pay to see if this person's going to work out or not? How many weeks or months should I give them to determine if they're going to be successful or not? Should I hire someone with experience, flooring experience or no flooring experience? How long should it take to train them and send them out on their own? I love that question because, you know, ideally the best salesperson is going to be one that doesn't need help, that can go out there to sell, close deals, right? What do you do when it doesn't work out? All right, so we're going to address these issues. First of all, I don't have enough leads to support another full-time salesperson. Yeah, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Okay, so what comes first here? Do you need enough leads or do you need salesperson? You're generally going to hire a salesperson before you have enough leads for them. That's probably most ideal time to hire them. It's going to give you time to train them and get them up and running. So it is a tough dance because you got to keep them busy. All right. You're going to have to give them tasks and things to do to keep them busy and active and earning the pay that you offer. But if you wait until you have enough leads, then hiring them is going to be very difficult because you're trying to manage the leads, you're trying to train them, you're trying to grow the business, you're throwing them into the fire too soon. That might be difficult. So in most cases, you're going to hire them before you have enough leads. The other thing is if you hire them while you have so many leads, then they're going to end up burning through leads and wasting them. So the cost of a salesperson is not only what you pay them, it's going to be leads that maybe you could have closed if you trained them better and brought them in a little bit slower. So one of the things that you need to do to keep them busy, they should attend a networking meeting once or twice a week. It's a good exercise for salespeople to do. Make them a part of growing the business and do some lead generation. They should go through your database and call previous customers. I talked to one gentleman that has a database, has the files, and but it's not in a database. He bought an existing company. The person didn't use a CRM program like FloorZap. So all the customers are just in the file cabinet. Well, hire a new salesperson to go through the files, call those customers back, update the records for the warranty, and get their email address as well, because I guarantee you that they don't have email addresses. So they could be building that database while they're prospecting for leads. All right, so how do you pay them? How do you pay straight commission? That's the real goal. It should be. The best way to pay any salesperson is to give them straight commission. All right. That's because they're going to be earning exactly what you pay them. The money that they're making is used to pay them. It's the best way from a cash flow standpoint, best way for fairness. If they're making you a lot of money, they're getting paid a lot of money. That's awesome. Okay. If they're not making you as much, maybe you're not compensating them as much, but I'm going to show you we need to guarantee a minimum. So when they don't have enough leads, when they're getting going, you're going to have to compensate them fairly. Okay. You can't have somebody come work for you and not pay them a fair wage. Oh, that was interesting. Lost that. Okay. So what we do is we pay a draw against commission earned. Minimum in my eye for this type of job, $15 an hour minimum. That's $2,600 a month. I was talking to somebody saying in their area, $13 an hour would be enough. Again, you guys adjust the way that you want. I'm making a suggestion here, $15 an hour would be a good fair wage and get somebody up and running. Within 3 to 4 months, they should be selling enough to cover that draw. And no, I don't take money that they earned to pay previous draws. So in August, they went into their draw. They took money out of the draw. In September, they crushed it. They sold 70,000. Well, I don't take some of that 70 to cover their draw for the previous month. They work the hours, pay them fairly. It's an investment. And I think that's a good way to do it. If you do it the other way, that leaves a bad taste in your mouth. This person's going to look for a better opportunity elsewhere. So what should I budget for a new salesperson? I love this question because you have to consider this. This is an investment for you. Okay. So you're going to need to train them and show them your system. That's going to take time. Even I got a kick-ass system that I can show you. I got a good training system, easy pricing structure. I can get somebody up and running within 2 to 3 weeks. But even to go quick for most companies, after about 6 weeks, that's going to cost you about $3,500. So they are going to get some sales. They are going to earn some commission against their pay. But I would be budgeting about $3,500 for the first 6 weeks to 2 months. And maybe budget a little bit higher. Again, if you have a more complicated system, it might take you up to 6 months to train them. So you might budget $12,000, so put in a reasonable budget. Tell yourself this is an investment in the future. Hopefully you're investing in somebody good. So, and this is another good reason that you should invest in a good training system. Take a look at the training system we have, because I'll get you guys up and running faster. So after about 6 weeks, you should be able to tell if you have a good salesperson who fits in with your company culture. So that's another thing. So not only do they have to do a good job selling, but they have to fit in with your company culture. How do they fit personality-wise? Are they good to work with, or are they causing problems in the company? If they are, gotta get rid of them. So the other investment you have to consider, but we don't measure, is the leads. So are they burning through a ton of leads and not closing? I have one gal that really, really nice lady, hired her. She burned through 10 leads without closing any of them. She was an order taker. She came from Home Depot, and she needed to go back to Home Depot. I told her, look, don't ever get a job as a commission salesperson because you're just not good at it. And it's not to be cruel. I think it's upon us as leaders and store owners to give people good sound advice. And I had a sincere conversation with her where I told her, you're just not cut out for sales. It's okay. It's not in your wheelhouse. You need to focus on maybe a customer service area. So go ahead and get a job somewhere. Should I hire someone with experience? Great question. Okay. I've had much better luck hiring a good salesperson than an experienced flooring person. Now, it's not to say an experienced flooring person can't have the right personality, but I would hire based on personality versus experience. Here's the challenge you're going to have. If you're trying to find and hire somebody with experience, it's very difficult. You're going to limit yourself to people with experience And you're going to have much fewer people to choose from. So that whole process, it's complicated enough. If you limit yourself to people with experience, it's going to take you a lot longer to find and hire a good salesperson. Maybe you want to make that investment in time, but again, just because they have experience doesn't mean they're good. Maybe they have habits that are hard to break. You have a different system, a different process, and a different system. Interview these people and find out. One thing I found out, companies like Empire that are fast-paced moving, these guys give people 7-8 leads a day. If you can't keep up with that pace, this salesperson is not going to last. They're also likely not going to fit in with your culture because they've been taught how to do hard closes. So it's not likely they're going to fit in with most family-owned businesses. Again, you're going to have to determine for yourself. I've hired a few from Empire and they've never worked out very long. One guy actually had a DUI that he didn't tell me about. I'm like, really, dude, you can't drive. Come on. So in order to hire someone without experience, you're going to need good process and training. This is something you should invest in anyway to grow a successful flooring business. So with good training, good pricing systems, good selling systems, like I've got a selling system where you can go right down to the line of, this is what we do when we're selling carpet. This is what we do when we're selling luxury vinyl or laminate. So you go right down that process. If you have really good system and an easy pricing system, like all-inclusive pricing, it's going to be much easier to train, hire, and grow your flooring business. If you keep it complicated with the line item, it's okay. If you do it that way, I'll even show you a way to improve that system. But if you do it that way, just understand it's going to be a little bit more complicated to hire, train, and get somebody up and running on their own. So the simpler you make your system, the faster you're going to move. Now, how long should it take to train a new salesperson and send them out on their own? Well, this depends on how simple your system is. Product knowledge is overrated. You can train people within 2 weeks if you have a good process and system. That comment there is going to piss a lot of people off that have a lot of experience. Oh, no, people have to know about the core. They have to know this and that. No, they don't. I'm sorry, but how products are manufactured takes away from decorating and listening to the customer. Some people are so interested in the mechanics of the material and the installation process that they're failing to decorate, listen to the customer, and have fun during this process. They make this process complicated instead of enjoyable for that customer. So without any process of training or measuring, it's going to take you a lot longer for you to determine if they're going to work out. And a lot of times you're just not going to trust that person to go out on their own because they're not doing it exactly your way. You're so much more worried about getting the job done right than you are getting the sale. And that's a common thing I'm seeing out there is there are companies that have a system made to make sure that we got this job right, that we're going to do everything right and we're not going to have any mistakes. It's like, wait, you don't even have the job yet. Let's focus on getting the sale and then let's focus on getting it right. So when you're starting off, let's sell the 2 products at a time until you learn the rest. Start them out on carpet and luxury vinyl, easy products to sell, easy to train on. If you sell tile, you're an expert at it. That's really simple to train people on. Look, you got to have a good process and system and make it easy. I could train people in a couple of days with a good process, a good sales presentation, and there's no reason why you shouldn't have one. Be willing to fire them and don't give up. Seinfeld. I mean, I know how to get myself fired. Finding a good employee who fits our culture and does a great job, it's not easy to do, okay? Don't beat yourself up if you hire somebody that you thought would be really good and they didn't work out. I told you the story earlier. I had one salesperson burn through 10 leads without a sale. That's expensive, okay? The cost of paying them is nothing compared to the 10 leads that they burned through and the $1,000 that they ended up costing me. So if they're not working out, and have a conversation with them. Chances are, if they're not selling, they're not happy, they're not successful, they're not going to be making money, it's not a good fit. You need to let that person go for their own good. Respectfully bring that person in, let them know why they didn't work out, and pay them off. Again, I believe in paying people off. It's worth it not to see their car in the parking lot. Pay them off, be done with them. Regardless, whenever you're firing anybody for whatever reason, just pay them off. Don't, whatever commission you might owe them, pay them off, be done, and be gone. Move on. You need to move forward with this person and get this out of the way. Okay. Hey, look, it didn't work out. Don't give up. Learn from the experience, but don't say, screw this. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to hire. I'm just going to do the sales myself. Well, guess what? Good luck taking a vacation or going to a conference or growing your business or selling your business someday. You're not going to be able to accomplish your goals and your dreams if you give up and you don't ever trust anybody else. You need to trust people. And yes, they're going to screw up. Nobody's going to do as good a job as you, but you need to trust people to grow your business and get this thing operating without you. It's the only way you're going to be a good, profitable business is get this thing, get good people to run your business and do, you can only do so much. You only have so many hours of the day. You're better off spending that time with your spouse, with your family, and living your life and having a good life. You can have that. You're going to need people. Okay. You're going to need employees. So let's get this thing started, hiring some employees. Hey guys, if you want to have a one-on-one conversation with me about your business, go to jerrylevinson.com and click on the link there. It says Ask Jerry. Fill in the information. I love talking to you guys, and we'll see if I can help you out if there's a good fit. I like learning about your business. What's going on? What stage are you in? We can always move faster and become more profitable and grow that business. I have a lot of confidence in everybody out there, and I want to see you guys succeed and do great in the flooring industry. So it really is a great industry, and I believe you guys can do really, really well. All right. It just takes a little bit of mentorship, little consulting, setting up those processes and systems, and you'll do fantastic. But I want to learn about you and hear what your goals are for your company. Are you trying to grow it to 5 million a year, 10 million a year? Are you building a legacy that you can pass down to the kids? Would you like to sell the business someday? Tell me what's going on. I'd love to hear about it and see if we can't help you out. Okay.